Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I'm up with another haul. And this may be a recurring theme over the next couple of weeks because all of my Black Friday orders and stuff will start coming in. And speaking of Black Friday, I've got to tell you this little story before I begin. I ordered myself an embossing folder, and to me, it was the best embossing folder I had ever seen. I know that I will only ever use it once a year at Christmas. It hasn't arrived yet, and I can't wait to show it you. But I paid $23 for it. That was on sale. And then I spent $9 on the shipping. That's how good I thought this embossing folder was. So when that arrives, I will show you. But that's the mostest money, yes, absolutely the mostest I have ever spent on an embossing folder. Right, so my haul. I'm going to put a sheet of white cardstock down because we're going to do a little bit of stamping. And first thing I wanted to test, and I have tested this, is this large frame stamp. They are connected, but you can, you know, just go in there, cut them apart so that you've got two separate frame stamps that will fit these dies. I actually did go in and I bought almost the whole set because I just loved it so much. So my ruler, yeah, my husband has actually stolen my ruler today. That's my excuse. So I can't measure these. So if I was going to guesstimate, I'd say 5 inches. So that's the frame and the frame stamp set. And I went and I stamped what, and I actually made the mistake because I stamped and then I die cut. Really, you should die cut and then you should stamp, and then you'll be nice and accurate. And there is an area where this slots in from being cut, and you can find your little notches when you do it. There we go, that's it. So it builds the whole thing back up again, but gives you two separate elements onto which to stamp, which I like a lot. Yes, I do. So the next thing that I got is this little, I'd say that was lavender, and then you've got a little flower, and then you've got a cutaway corner that will make your paper, you know, all cut out like a little piece of lace. I really love that. So I got myself that one. And then I got these kind of wildflowers. I'd say these are teasels. I don't know how else to say it. They're kind of brown and spiky. And you get them at autumn. I don't know what kinds of flowers these are because they're, you know, they're all silhouettes and just really pretty. And then you've got this grid and dot pattern that's going on with them. So I've got that set. And then I've got the larger one, and this one looks like a thistle, you know, so that would be like bluey purple, and then you go in greens and browns, and once again you've got the grid and you've got all the dots. You've got a lovely little splash bit, and you've got a ladybird. Now it looks like there's only half a ladybird, but there's not. There's a whole ladybird. It's just where the printing on the carrier sheet rubs off. And then we've got this lovely little bird, and then you've just got a little ink streak. So I'm going to be stamping some. And then we've got another one that looks a bit, I don't know, would you say that was dandelion? Yeah, could be dandelion because I'm just looking at the leaves here just before, you know, it turns to seed. And then we've got another little leafy and wildflower one, kind of little bell-shaped tops there. More grid and more splash. And then I've got this one, which is just a random alphabet background stamp, which I think is really nice. And then I've got the grid one. So if I was going to guess the size of these, I mean, that's a terrible thing, but he was doing something with it yesterday. I'm just going to pause and find it. Right, here it is. Yes. So the full size of that stamp is 5.5. The full size of that stamp is 5.5. And then if I go for the bigger one here, because this is a full size, yeah, 5.5 again. And then you've got little elements like the bird, which are 2 1/8. And then if I go and measure this lavender, it's 4 inches. And then the largest frame, 4.5 inches. And then the width on that is 3 3/4. So that's how big those are. But let's do some stamping. I've got my box of inks out, and I can move my frame set because I've already done that. So let's see what we've got here. I'm going to move this way around. So I'm just going to work off the side. So I'm going to stamp the frame first, because that's one of the nice things about it, I think. I've got a couple of stampy blocks, and I've got my archival inks, which I keep in my Dollar Tree. It was $1 at the time. I know Dollar Tree is not $1 anymore, but you know what I mean. And I just keep them in here, and any excess I just pop into the lid. I've just got a couple of things going. So I'm thinking teasley, that's called cactus flower. I mean, that could look quite nice actually. And I've got that one. And then I've got peat moss, which is quite a nice shade of green. Yeah, I think I've already got my archival black on the table somewhere. Yeah, there it is. I always keep that one out of the box. But I think I'm just going to go with those colours. I think I'll go with leaf green as well, just in case. Now I'm looking at sky blue. That watering can, that's one of my favourite colours. I know it's grey, but it's just pretty. Right, I'm going to go with those. That's what I'm doing. So let me just... I can just shuffle these and the lid shuts and they're all stacked up again. So if you're ever in Dollar Tree and you've got your mini archival inks, then, you know, do get some. I've got one of my poinsettia stickers here that I was getting ready to put on a gift tag. Right, move all the bits of rubbish out of the way. Bits of dry glue. And I think I'm going to go with my little bits of wildflower going on in here, so I can use my smaller stamp block. I know I don't sound very organised today, but this is a last minute kind of thing because I've got my haul. So I'm going to go, I think I'm just going to use both of these. I mean, basically I just want to know that they work. So I'm going to go in with some leaf green. I'm going to be nice and bold. And then I can see where the design is. Obviously, if you've got dabbers, you know, you can apply your ink a lot better than I'm doing it here, because I want to go in and take some of that back to black. And of course, if you've got dabbers, you're doing it a lot better than I am. And then I just want to go either side of that, even though most of this might not show up. Right, let's have a look at that. I want to go kind of at an angle. We're just looking to see, just to make sure they stamp. Right, so I've got my leafies and a bit of grid. And now I'm going to go with the other one. I will have to run off and wash all these after. Remember, archival ink doesn't always come off, so that's always an important thing to think about. And I'm going to go with the cactus flower because I just think that's a really bright and happy colour. So I'll go up here. So you can see I've got loads of pink going on. But then I want to go in with my black archival. All you have to do if you're doing stuff like this, which you shouldn't really because you're contaminating one ink pad, is just stamp it off and you should be alright. Right, so we're using these two colours and I'm going here. Ooh, I like that. I guess, you know, it's not so So easy to see when you've got a load of yuck down at the bottom. I think Bo just fell off the couch. He's always doing silly things like that. Right, so I've got that for my frame, and I'm going to use some of this because I quite like this. So I'm going to dot this around and get that out of its package. And I've got my lovely big stamp block that I got in the last sale, if you remember. I think I got this from, was it Spellbinders, and it was $1. I mean, it's huge. It was a real bargain. So I'm going to go and just do black, yeah. Or should I do peat moss? I think I'll do peat moss, why not? Got a bunch of colours on the table, might as well use them. Right, make sure that you're the right way around. This is the top. And because I'm only using small elements of it, I only really need to stamp the top bit, so that I'm not wasting a bunch of ink. Now I'm going to spin that. I'm going to sit that down right there. How's everybody's weather? I hope you're all staying warm actually, because it's been very, very chilly here. And then I think I'm going to go with cactus down the side, and I just want to use this bit here. So I'm just going to put a bit of pink in. I'm going to go right there. Yeah, I like that, and I've got a bit of space, so I'm going to go in with my green now and ink up this side of the stamp. And I was just looking at that and wondering if my letters were upside down. I'm looking at which way. Yeah, it goes that way. So I'm going to go just there, just a little bit onto it. Right, okay. Lots of stamp washing to do, so I'm just going to pile those up with their carriers and then give everything a scrub afterwards. So now I'm going to flip over my white cardstock because it's a bit distracting. So there's a frame, and then this is the bit that slots in. Make sure you're getting it the right way around before you stamp it. Yeah, so that would slot back into there. So I know I've got that the right way around, so I can move it. And then I want to try my little birdie stamp. Oh, and I might stamp that ladybug as well, because it's really cute. But you can do this with watercolour and it would look really lovely. But this is quite a large stamp. So popping it onto a stamp block rather than a stamping platform might be a little bit of a challenge, but we're going to find out. So I'm just going to situate that there, and once again I'm thinking about colours, and I think I can just about see where stuff is. So I'm going in with my purple there, and then I'm going to go in with my black archival around the edges. So I'm going to stick with that there, just to see what I end up with. And then I'm going to go in with my peat moss. And a little bit of it there. And see what I end up with. Let's have a look. That's one of the nice things about using colourful ink, is that you never really do quite know what you're going to get. I'm going to go about there. Let's just see if it stamps. I'm not putting excessive pressure on this at all, and I don't really want to. I'm just rubbing my fingers. Well, it's stuck to the stamp. Oh, that's really pretty. I like that. And of course that then would pop into this one. Just like that. Get rid of that inky splash there, but I'll hold it up so you can have a close-up. But isn't that lovely? Oh, I do like that. I think I'd probably ink the frame up as well, so that what's inside stood out a lot more. But that is what I've got for you today. That's my haul. Yeah, and now I've got to go and wash a bunch of stamps, and guess what, I'm up with another haul tomorrow. So you have an absolutely awesome day. Thanks so much for joining me, and as usual, all links below. Bye.